What is up, guys? It is Leon, and today I'm going to show you a IMO Drylands match. And IMO videos are few and far between, is what I've noticed. And I think IMO is a great tribe. I mean, they're all right. Like, as far as meta goes, they're not like meta defining at any extent or any means, but they're real fun. And I like IMO. IMO is a fun tribe to play, and we're playing some Drylands with IMO, and that's kind of strange, you know. Usually, what IMO is good at, let me tell you, is either large continents, just because you can get some pretty good greed. Get some pretty good things going with IMO because your techs are cheaper if you philosophy rush, which I'm gonna do. I'm showing you how to do it right now. And if you're playing what's it called, Archipelago, because you need a lot of techs for Navy and such, and IMO can get you through that. And I'm gonna be making it's coming up the video for Archipelago and IMO Archipelago, and I hope you guys enjoy that one too. But we're on this right now, so let's focus up. So we're playing IMO. We just have some pretty straightforward moves. IMO, you just create 2 warriors and you just kind of start expanding, looking for those villages. So I send this guy up this way, and this guy just down over here. IMO, you probably don't want to have some like early on confrontations. It is a normal dry land, so it's not too big, and you're not going to have any confrontations, I don't think, before turn 5. But just to be safe, you know, we go for this village right here in the middle, and this will end up being a pretty key village this game. And I'm going to tell you guys, this game was kind of crazy, and I really enjoyed it. And so we get hunting here. We have near our capital, we got some animals. Down here, we got some animals. Over here, we don't, sadly. But it's all right. We might get, like, what's it called? We might get mining and such just because of all these mountains, and those look great, you know. So here we are collecting some animals, and we you know, first thing you do, you always go for the workshop. And here, I just go for the monument here just because number one, it's the capital. You can always get some network connections. You can always get that going. And number two, it's just good. Like, you have to use the like thing for something. No, the thing. You have to use the monument for something. And this, at least you get 5 stars for free, and you are also increasing your stars per turn, and that's great. And so that allows us to, I believe, upgrade one of our cities. Yes, we upgrade one of our cities due to that, and that's great. That's just how you should play the game. You gotta make the most of your money, and we're just expanding, and we're looking around. And we're finding some decent villages. We're kind of pushing into our opponent's territory until we find them down here. And so, okay, we see them over here. So where could they be? We're assuming they could either be, their capital could either be over here, or it could be like how we started. We kind of like started here and we went it this way. This could be, they're parallel to our capital, or to our position. Maybe we're like parallel in such a way. And so we're just leveling up. I got some lumber huts. I got forestry because I see, okay, we got decent forests around. We can chop, get some optimal, you know, get some stuff going. And, you know, this city right here is going to be a little hard to upgrade. We're going to have to go for mining soon, but we might get some pretty amazing forest spots. Then you'll see a pretty good forest spot. Here, this is all metal, and this is an amazing forest spot, and we do get that with the expansion, which is great. And so we can explore here just to, like, see, get the scope of the land. And our explorer, you know, it kind of sucked. This was a pretty crappy explorer because it showed me things I really didn't need to know. And it didn't even get the lighthouse. Like, for goodness sakes, man. Come on, just go for the lighthouse, if anything. Like, he had one job, but, you know, he sucks. So, screw him. Anyways, so we keep going. And this is a lot longer as far as games go than I'm used to. Because I play some small, but normal takes a bit longer. In Drylands, you get some good land combat. That's what I love about it. So, we level up this city. We get pretty close to a giant on the border, which is pretty great. Pretty fantastical. But you're going to see our opponent's actually pretty skilled and pretty talented. I think better than I was. And that's why you'll see the result at the end. And so here, you know, we get archery. And I made the decision to go for archery probably a few turns back. I got mathematics in a tech tree, I'm pretty sure. Not in a tech tree, in a ruin. I got mathematics, and that was pretty cool. I got spiritualism in a tech, what's it called? A ruin as well. And, you know, IMO, actually, you don't really want to be seeing that. IMO, like, you're better off using it for resources or something. Because, you know, you get the discount anyways, because I rushed the philosophy, I think. I rushed philosophy pretty early on. I think, like, turn 5 or something. Yeah, I was rushing philosophy pretty dang. See, like, turn 5? Turn 5, I had philosophy already. And so that makes techs a lot cheaper. And if you're getting just a bunch of text, it's a little unfortunate, you know. But, you know, you got to deal with it. So, here we are. We're just playing on. And you know, they see our city here, and I just back up and hit it with the archers. And I'm just producing archers right now. I don't know what their thing is looking like, but they're Imperious, okay? And an Imperious versus IMO matchup, it is definitely in the favor of Imperious no matter what. They got, so Imperious, Drylands, you're probably going to go like, maybe like Rider Roads, maybe you're going to go like, I mean, really anything. Because Imperious, it's a pretty versatile tribe, pretty flexible. You get organization, but you're not forced to go down this like branch here. Your spawn rates are pretty great. So I'm just here. I'm just trying to get these villages over here. Maybe these ruins later on. Send some like stray warriors to get going. And so we're just moving. We're moving. We get some stuff. And now we're heading points for a second. And you know, we're doing a lot. We're doing a lot. We're trying to get our level ups. We're trying to get that moving. And then we're going to kill this here. I don't know. He's kind of sending units in to die. But more just for vision. Because this man, you'll see how important vision is. At the last turn, you'll see how important his vision was and how he got that vision, how important that was. And so we also see, okay, he's got some pretty big cities. He's expanding, and maybe he might not have so many villages, but he's building his villages pretty dang tall, and he's doing a pretty good job at it too. And so we got a giant here, and we try to march it forward, try to get something out of it. And he also, for this city down here, he goes for border expansion. And this was a very good play. Number one, it takes away potential land from me, and it makes it more difficult to attack the city. If you don't know border expansion, you can't put roads on that anymore. You can't road on your opponent's territory. You can't do it. So that just makes it a lot easier. And it's behind this mountain as well. This is rough terrain. This is predictable because you have to go this way. And you know, that's the thing. Like, this is a very well protected city here. And there's not much that I can do about it. I'm just defending my city most of the time down here, and there's just not much to be done. And I'm just trying to expand, I guess. I get mining, and you know, you have this pretty amazing smithery spot down here and we just never pick up organization. We just never pick up these peppers. It's a little sad to see, but that's life, you know. And this city right here, it's basically our stronghold, and you see when that comes under fire. You know, we got some vision now. We got climbing. And we're seeing, okay, they got a lot of riders. So it seems like maybe they're doing like a rider road strategy. Haven't seen any roads yet. We get an explorer here. That's important. And we see down here, we just see their cities. It was a pretty great explorer. Made up for that crap one. And you'll see, we kind of ended up just like on different sides of the board. And he expanded this way, and I expanded this way. But I went for this center one. He kind of went around it. He didn't go for anything too confrontational. Which makes sense, you know. He didn't know what tribe I could have been. If I was playing like Simanti or something, that's the way you should play it. Try to go for the side ones. And that's just what you gotta do. So here we go. Just leveling up cities, trying to get that economy going, but we're behind. And behind by quite not too much actually. It's actually quite a good sign. In this village, we can't capture this village just because they start producing catapults. And this was a real problem. And this is kind of what dug me in there, is that they're producing catapults and I just can't do anything. I kind of just have to sit back because they have so many frontline units. They have 2 giants over here, and I'm just trying to chip away at their giants with my archers. But they have their catapults, and if they can set up and plant a catapult in a good position, then we're in a bit of trouble. If your opponent can siege your cities with catapults, you have a problem, a major problem. Like, let's just say if your cities are 3 tiles away from each other, and your opponent produces a catapult first, and you can't do much about it, they can just start producing backline units that are pretty fast. Like, let's say knights in the late game, riders in the mid to early game. Then you're just kind of cooked, and it's just not good. Because if they can plant like any strong units in your city, you're just kind of done because the catapult just snipes your like big units. And like a problem I had here is that catapults just absolutely incinerated this giant, and you're gonna see soon. And he's just moving his giants towards my city here, and this is a problem. You know, this city, I'm trying to hold out. I want the city to become something like a stronghold, and I get a good shot in on this catapult. You know, poorly placed, but he couldn't see that, I'm assuming. And we give it a smack, and then we got the giant here, and that's not good because we got giants in our territory now, and these giants are active giants. They're not just slow, like hindering giants. No, no, no. This giant here, you're gonna see this giant gets absolutely incinerated. And it was my poor placement, honestly. It's all it was. And I left the giant there, and I really shouldn't have. I know, actually, I move it in like this. Quite foolish. I should have seen these catapults here and said, okay, I go for the kill, but that's going to cost me an entire giant. It's just not worth it. But you're going to see next turn, it's just not how it pans out. We got some catapults over here. I put some shots in, put this archer to the side. Don't know how much vision he has. Just trying to get these cheeky shots in, just trying to like end their catapults. But you'll see in a second, their catapults are absolutely insane. Our giant's down to 11 health, and then it just gets killed by another giant. It's just bad. And they're sieging here, but luckily we have enough units and enough power to just knock them out of this city, even with the full giant in there. And we don't have to do a giant push here, and we honestly don't have the resources to. But it's all right. And here we get a level up and we get a city wall, just because it's important. And then we level up again and we get a border expansion, just like so they can't put any roads over here. They can't get any smart ideas. But the problem is they already have their catapults up. And it's a big problem, and it's a major issue. And I'm just saying, turn on, and turns keep going. And we're just fighting the same battles at the same cities, except he has an insane backline that just keeps growing and growing. And I don't have nearly as much luxury as he does as far as defensive like bonus goes. And I'm thinking, oh dang, what can I do? I'm thinking, hey, knights would tear through that like butter. The way he has his units united like this, it would absolutely tear. And here comes the thumbnail, guys. Here comes the thumbnail. But I'm just like, okay, I gotta get this giant out of here. I gotta get this working, okay. And I'm not gonna. Number one, you cannot train a unit in this city. That unit will get cooked by every single catapult. All these three catapults will nuke any unit you train here. So the best thing you can do, you could just train some catapults back here and try to snipe this, and just don't let them take full possession of it. And that's the problem. This city is basically just a ghost town, because you're never going to be able to spawn any units here unless you get rid of those catapults, and you just simply can't. We're at a point in the game where you just can't get rid of those catapults unless, let's say, you have a knight and you penetrate the backline. And that's the idea I'm trying to play with here. But it's just really hard. And I misplaced this giant here, and he gets in and he just starts wreaking havoc, and it's really bad. He has roads and everything. He's got all the cities connected. He's very mobile. He can mobilize quite quickly. I still don't have roads around. I have roads here and here, but those are just trying to get some good attacks in. Besides that, I don't have any infrastructure, let's say, and so it's looking pretty bleak. And now he's sieging this city. Okay, I can get rid of those. I have enough units to do that. I feel safe in that respect. But we have catapults over here. They're just going to heal up, and he's just pushing them. He's just pushing them up, and it's just becoming such a burden. And now there's not really much we can do. He's just pushing his catapults. He's pushing. There's nothing to be done. Unless, of course, we train. Wait for it. The knight. The knight could save us all. Let's say the knight gets in here. Imagine we rode here. It gets in here. And we cut through all of these catapults like a knife through butter. Hot butter. Any butter, really. It doesn't matter. This knight could be the absolute salvation of this game. And you will see that is absolutely... Okay, give me a sec. Absolutely not the case. Look at this. Okay, so number one, they come in here with a rudder. That doesn't really scare me. That's not the problem. This does exert an area of control that makes it harder for my knight to get out. That's not the problem. The problem's what they do with their units. They displace their units because they have vision here. They can see this city. Let me see. They can see this city, and just because they have vision right here, they could see this coming. Just because they could see this coming, they know. Okay, he's trying to mount off. He's trying to kill all my units with some backline assault attack. But I'm just not gonna let it happen. He can just stop it, and that's the game. I resign here because it's hopeless. This giant takes our city, and we're just down. We're just down and done. All right, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities. This is an 8-6, I believe. Ooh, 8-6. That's quite the deficit, really. Let's switch over. Just got auto. Oh, geez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, it's a 5 to 6, was it? 5 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, geez, that's a pretty big deficit, and we just get clowned on here, and that's just what happens. And you can blame it on expansion, but in honesty, my opponent played very well, and I would play him again if I could, if he would let me, you know. And that was a great match, and that was a great video overall. And thanks, guys, if you got to this point. Send a comment, tell me. I would like to know, as I do always say. And just thank you guys. Thank you guys for everything. I've been getting some decent views on my videos, and I'm really grateful. I'm very thankful. And, you know, I really am. And if you guys have any feedback, anything you need to tell me, is like Kevin, what or Leon, just call me Kevin. Honestly, it's like Kevin, you could have done this, you could have done this. Oh, you misplayed here. Just tell me. I'm improving. I'm learning. I'm growing. And you know, I like to hear from you guys. I really do, and I really do hope you guys end up speaking and commenting. I really do enjoy it very much. Just reading your comments is great. I've gotten some comments recently. I love them. I got a lot of likes, a lot of love, guys, from the community, and I love it. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you, and goodbye.